dizzy and cold. The girl noticed that his body was burning up with a fever. At that moment, the boy's friend ran over. She felt a little guilty after she found out he had really been punished to run 3,000. The female...
So who do you belong to?
Who are you?
I'm the one paying for the bread you have in your hand.
Yes. I know I look dope.
Yes, you do.
Well, I had the idea for flower, but my dad did the rest. He's a hairdresser.
Well, aren't you lucky?
Mm-hmm. These? So good. Try one.
Thanks.
Oh, come on. I know you want some.
Excuse me, you're using your outside voice.
Excuse me, but we are outside. Mm-hmm.
You plead the... Oh, my Lord. I don't believe you. You invited the hairdresser's daughter. Can't put these heels back on. I can't be in them another moment. But if I don't put them on, I won't be perfect, so I'm stuck here. Isn't that sad? Zoe would just go out there barefoot, 10 years old, and she already has the guts to just be who she is. But I don't. Stop being dramatic. There are people out there waiting for you. When I was 10, we went to some company picnic for Dad at some park, and I jumped into the pool. Do you remember that? Oh, Lord. My hair turned into a little fist, and all the kids were laughing at me. You yanked me out of the pool, shoved me into the car, and we left. And? I wonder who I would be if you had just hugged me and told me I was still beautiful. You wouldn't be marrying Clint. That's right. You taught me how to be the girl the guy wants, but not the girl I want.
What does that mean?
It means... Father, don't you dare. Come in, everybody! The water is high!
Hey,
Good night, Grandma.
good night, baby. No, that ain't right.
What's so important I couldn't wait till morning?
Watching you and Jack walk into that room together, well, it made Grandma feel some kind of way. You're a young lady now, and you need your privacy.
Well, you've never been a twin before, so of course you don't understand our bond.
Yeah.
Grandma, I love you, but I think you're making me feel out of nothing. Do you think it's weird that we still share a room?
What?
Of course not. We're twins. That's what I told Grandma. She thinks we need our own space now. What does she know? Most of her siblings didn't even survive intimacy. I think you mean infancy, friend. And that's exactly why I need you around. Oh, is it my turn yet? Yeah. I died a long time ago. Dude, is that a real bra? You're so lucky that you get to share a room with a girl. She's my sister. But your sister's a girl. Jack, you have to come look at this. It's hilarious. Come on. I'm good. What's wrong? I've been thinking about what you were saying before, and maybe Grandma was right about us needing a little privacy. Right. You know, keep things fresh.
When I wake up, I don't care about nobody. I got niggas obsessed with my whole body. He said he wanna buy me a new body, even though he fell in love with my old body. I can't be for these bitches, ain't nobodies. I need a nigga that only got low bodies. If you catch me in public and wanna tip, just make sure that you get in my full body. Why? Nobody. Nobody, nobody, nobody. Nobody, nobody, nobody. Nobody. When I wake up, I don't care about nobody. I got niggas obsessed with my whole...
The girl accidentally overheard that her husband had only married her because she was ugly enough to spite the parents who had torn him away from his first love. After learning the truth, she panicked and rushed into the restroom. Everyone saw her as an ugly woman who could never be shown in public. Little did they know, behind those black-rimmed glasses was a stunning face. Her mother had once been a famous beauty, but the girl's cheating father broke her heart, and she passed away at a young age. Before she died, her mother warned her that being too beautiful would only bring trouble, and told her to hide her looks. The girl believed every word and started making herself look ugly. But to her surprise, the CEO fell for her at first sight. At first, she thought she was incredibly lucky to find a man who was handsome, rich, and didn't care about her looks. Only today did she realize she was nothing more than a pawn he used to pressure his parents. Just then, her mother-in-law called and ordered her to stop hanging around their home with that ugly face. Before her mother-in-law could finish, the girl said she agreed to divorce the CEO. She then threw away the photos and prepared to clear things up with him. But the CEO suddenly got a call saying his first love was back. Without letting the girl finish, he rushed off to see her. Unable to let go, the girl followed him to the welcome party. Seeing the two walk side by side like a couple, she realized she was the one who didn't belong. She quietly walked away from a celebration that had never been meant for her. Would everything be different if I stopped pretending to be ugly? She said it was Cast It Away Day and tossed 3 flowers, one for sickness, one for disaster, and one for all her worries. But the scheming first love followed her out and deliberately told her all about her past with the CEO. She said her status had once been beneath his, but the CEO had been willing to give up his position as heir just to be with her. He even fought his family for 3 years. But in the end, she didn't want a hard life with him, so she gave up. So Xu Qingyuan could never love anyone but me. As for you, you're nothing more than a tool he uses against the Liu family. She also said the CEO had been mocked endlessly because of the girl's face, so the girl had no chance of competing with her. Her very existence was an embarrassment to the CEO. Enraged, the girl fired back, but just then the CEO happened to walk through the door. Seeing his first love being confronted, the CEO instantly played the hero. He scolded the girl, then took his first love and left. The girl finally gave up on him and decided to let go. To teach her a lesson, the CEO had all the cars driven away and forced her to walk home alone. But halfway home, she was surrounded by a group of thugs hired by his first love. She instinctively called the CEO for help, but he decided to leave her hanging and hung up. Just as the thugs moved in to teach her a lesson, she grabbed a rock off the ground and hurled it at them. As they were about to attack her, police sirens suddenly rang out, forcing them to flee in a panic. When she finally stumbled home, she saw the CEO getting ready to leave with his first love. She immediately noticed that the bracelet on his first love's wrist belonged to her. The CEO bluntly said it suited his first love better. Then he gave the girl an old bracelet his first love no longer wanted. Only then did she understand that, in his eyes, a face like hers didn't deserve anything beautiful, even if the bracelet had been hers to begin with. The CEO tried to explain, but his first love added fuel to the fire, saying old things suited the girl better. As far as you're concerned, it doesn't matter what I wear. Beautiful things were never meant for someone like me anyway. Annoyed by her words, the CEO said he would take her to pick out something else next time. The girl said nothing. She took the bracelet and went upstairs. If pretending to be ugly couldn't bring her happiness, why should she keep treating herself this way? I'll erase every humiliation from my past and leave everyone stunned. Meanwhile, back at the party, the first love was still gossiping with her friends about the girl's looks when the girl suddenly walked in. What? The girl accidentally overheard that her husband had only married her because she
What's the best makeup on What's the best makeup on this chain? Let's watch number 1 on this chain.
Wake up one day, run to me, confess.
Show us what you got.
Run to me, confess. Run to me, confess.
Wow, that was beautiful, guys.
I showed the rescue words written on my leg. Then I stopped a boy who was about to get off. I tried to signal him for help, but Jack is a college kid with very bad eyesight. By the time he put on his glasses and read my message, unfortunately my husband had already woken up from his stupor. Luckily John didn't notice anything unusual, but seeing John's fierce expression, Jack, knowing he couldn't win, had to hurriedly get off. Still facing this rare chance, I mustered the courage to take off my headscarf and quickly wrote the rescue message on the scarf with lipstick. Then while John wasn't looking, I swiftly tossed the scarf next to the driver. I thought the driver would notice right away, but to my surprise, the driver actually picked up the scarf and came over to me. He angrily scolded me for littering. Just as John was about to grab the scarf back, I feared our plan would be exposed, so I snatched the scarf back immediately. Then I hurriedly apologized to the driver, saying maybe the wind had blown it there by accident. Even so, John was still extremely displeased, but this was a public place. John could only wait until we got home to deal with me, just when I felt hopeless and helpless. Unexpectedly, Jack came back again. This time he asked the driver to wait before departing, because one of his classmates was still on the way. But the driver didn't want to break the schedule for them, yet at Jack's request. And afterwards, Jack offered to pay an extra waiting fee. The driver finally agreed to wait. As Jack walked past me again, he secretly showed me the writing on his palm. That's when I realized Jack had come back to rescue me. But until night fell, the driver still hadn't waited for Jack's classmate. Facing complaints from other passengers, the driver decided he wouldn't wait any longer. When Jack tried to step forward to negotiate with the driver, unexpectedly he had an asthma attack and collapsed to the ground. The driver, terrified, immediately stopped what he was doing and ran over with a first aid kit to check on him. Seeing Jack wasn't doing well, he urgently asked if there was a doctor. Fortunately, John is a surgeon. But just as he was about to examine Jack, he realized the man in front of him was the same guy who had stared at me that morning, and John seemed to see through Jack's intentions. Soon he noticed the SOS message written on my leg. Faced with my bold move, angry John was about to scold Jack for meddling. The next second, I was behind him with a fire extinguisher. Before he could react, I smashed the extinguisher down on his head. Unfortunately, John didn't get knocked out. Instead, it only fired up her anger even more. Just as John got up to punish us again, the police arrived in time and immediately restrained John. I showed the rescue words written.
It's hair day, but not just any hair day. We're doing both girls today. It's always
The girl was lying by the swimming pool enjoying a relaxing massage. She complained to the masseuse that if all men in the world disappeared, only leaving her fiancé and a gorilla behind, she would definitely choose the gorilla. Suddenly her fiancé quietly walked up behind her. The girl had no idea the masseuse behind her had been replaced by her fiancé. At this moment she was still happily complaining about her fiancé to the masseuse. She even said she was going to date another man that night. Her fiancé flew into a rage after hearing her words. He grabbed the girl by the neck and asked what she was trying to do. The girl screamed in shock as soon as she heard his voice. She asked her fiancé why he showed up self just now. The girl then said she had booked the whole place and told him to leave right away. In order to stay away from her annoying fake mother since childhood, secretly wrote a love letter to her crush. The man handed the love letter to their teacher right away. The girl got severely criticized by the teacher because of this incident. From then on she hated this overbearing man deeply. Years later the girl accidentally drank too much alcohol. The two ended up spending an unexpected special night together. The girl regretted deeply for what had happened. They ran into the man's parents. They were overjoyed to see the two living together. They immediately called the girl's parents to discuss their marriage. The girl knew she had gotten herself into big trouble. Soon the parents from both sides sat down to talk about their wedding. The girl firmly refused to marry the man on the spot. But the man said it was nice to marry a girl he knew well. The girl smiled and admitted she already had someone she liked. She even insulted the man by calling him an ugly monkey. In the end she left the man's house despite everyone's persuasion. She would never marry this man for the rest of her life. The man also made up his mind to discipline the headstrong girl properly. So he found the girl hiding in the villa. After that the girl hung up the man's phone call with satisfaction. She went to attend a jewelry classmate. The woman thought the girl had followed them man here secretly. The girl was about to complain about the troublesome man after hearing this. The man appeared at the exhibition venue the very next second. The girl was lying by the swimming pool enjoying a relaxing massage.
Shigeru and Takako were both born unable to hear or speak. Because of this, people often made fun of them. One day,
Choose my daughter's outfit to go to the beach. Yes. Are you ready? Close your eyes. I got this. And these for 99 cents.